Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a review and demo of the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation, and this was actually something new that came out in 2016, and it was interesting because it says it's a 25-hour foundation, so I guess they're trying to say, hey, it lasts really long. So I was actually really curious. I finally decided, you know what, let me try out a Rimmel foundation. And the fact that this one said with comfort serum, I was like, the word serum kind of said to me something like, maybe it'll be a little bit moisturizing. I really wasn't sure what to expect. But honestly, I was actually kind of impressed with this foundation. I was not expecting much. I really didn't have high hopes for this foundation. But I was kind of impressed, and I'll tell you guys why. So first of all, this is about $8 at Ulta, so you might find it anywhere between $6 to $8, in the $6 range, maybe a little bit less if you go somewhere like Target or Walmart. The color selection is not so great. I would say there's maybe 7 or 8 colors. I know at Ulta that's all I saw, but I feel like in general I don't see that many colors. I got mine in the color 101 Classic Ivory, and this one was pretty good. I feel like I could probably, if I would have gotten a shade up or two, I could have gotten like maybe my exact color much better. But this basically jumped from 101 Classic Ivory to about like 200 something, and that was just way too warm for me. So I was like, you know what, this one actually worked kind of well. But I could have done better, and honestly it doesn't get dark. It doesn't get really deep dark, so maybe the furthest up might be somewhat of, you know, tan, a deeper tan maybe, but it doesn't get into the dark shade. So for those of you girls who are of a deep skin tone, this is probably not going to work for you. So that's kind of a con there. The price is pretty good. I was impressed with the application of this. I feel like the blendability could have been a little bit better. It's weird. It's not a thin formula, and it's not a thick formula. It's an interesting feeling. It's kind of not running through my, like, running down. It takes a little bit while, so it's kind of thick, but not really, not too thick where this feels like a heavy mass. Upon application, this is a good light to buildable medium coverage. So just depending, and I've been liking using my beauty blender, or as you guys will see in the demo, I use a stippling brush, and the stippling brush is going to give me more coverage. So as you'll see, this looks lighter, but I feel like it oxidizes a little bit. I don't know why in the camera it might be showing it looking a little bit light, but in person it looks pretty good. So I did one layer, and that's a good light coverage, but you can still kind of see skin. So if those of you who, you know, want coverage but you still want it to look like skin, that's a good thing. But if you want to build it up to medium coverage, is what I did, what I like in general, you can do that as well. Just kind of like let it, you know, add one layer, let it kind of sit there a little bit, and then you can add your second layer, but it still doesn't look and feel like a face mask. The feeling of this kind of almost reminds me of the Color Stay Outlast Stay Luminous foundation, whereas not, I guess you can say kind of tacky, but it feels to me like I have that moisture. I just feel my skin feels very moisturized. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel, I have dry skin for those of you who don't know. So the fact that it doesn't feel like really tight on my skin, which is what happens to me when I have like more of a satin matte feeling foundation, it feels I think it's that serum that makes my skin just feel very moisturized. And actually throughout the day, it gives you, it's not super luminous, it's not dewy at all, it's not super luminous, but it gives you like a nice little glow, a healthy glow to your face. So throughout the day, like my face, which is dry skin, so it's kind of hard to get in foundations in general, but it gives you a really nice healthy glow. I was also impressed by the longevity of this foundation. You know, put on the foundation about 7 a.m. I get home maybe around earliest 6 p.m., 7 p.m., you know, is when I'll try to take it off, 8 p.m. throughout the day. And this will last me throughout the workday. At least 8 hours this lasts, so I thought that was really good. So I feel like this is a foundation that can work for normal to dry skin people, possibly maybe even oily skin, only because the glow that it gives you, it's nothing too intense. It just looks like a healthy natural glow. So the fact that I was impressed that I liked this at all. I thought this was probably going to be a foundation that was going to be really great for maybe just oily people, which a lot of foundations are normally geared towards, but the fact that it's really good for my dry skin, foundation. I enjoy it. It's like a satin mixed with like a hint of luminous glow in there, so it's not too much of either one. It's not too drying for me, but it's also not too dewy or anything at all, so that's why I like it. So I think this is one that, hey, whatever skin type you have, feel free to try it, maybe see how you guys might like it. Make sure to keep your receipt just in case. But overall, I was pretty impressed. I'm actually really liking this foundation. It's not my number one. I'm not like super duper over the moon, like this is the only foundation I'm going to use, but I did actually really enjoy it. Like normally I know I do not like a foundation, especially when I'm kind of reviewing it, when I'm just like, oh, do I have to like wear this again? Like I know I don't like it, but you know, I gotta test it out a little bit more just to make sure. But no, this is one I've actually been looking forward to test out and kind of wanting to test out and see if there's something I don't like. There's a couple things that could be better, but overall I'm really impressed with this foundation. So that was my review and demo of the Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with some other videos, and I'll see you guys next time.